Hey guys, I'm back with more Final Fantasy 14. Oh yeah, okay, I'll grab this first. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers looking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you held the realm, aiding those in need, without fault of body, confirming to Thancred that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally visited the primal E3. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in so doing. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as you will soon discover. You have guessed, Namani, or rather, you have guessed. Beg pardons? Ah, Lady Minophilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom Grand Company of Imsa Leminsa to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see in the money, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have a great Spain for its own. To this end, we three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit, that they have in evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how Dr. Money's deeds spread so quickly, that the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected. But what of the other grand companies? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Takara. There's no ordinary woman who can face a primal and the nerd defeat her. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength rise, join them together, let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Takara. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. Why, even before you aided us against Umaga and their dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Eldar. Our people know you and love you well. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Eldar. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. How often does she speak of you, friend? It is only natural that we should want you, Malcolm, join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Linda and Windsor to the shores of glory. Lady Manipulator? Oh, very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding. Mayhap brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grain companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently three such organizations in Eorzea: the Marshram of the Limsa Liminsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Vidania, and the Mortal Flames of Uldar. Serving a grain company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavours. If you are agonizing over which of the grain companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day not be permanent. If you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I concede that is no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the three states are planning to hold a remembrance service. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of the phone company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Namani hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power and the money, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know what great power is want to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a growing company, you'll be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization did not mean leaving another. Hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in days ahead. The grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you'll be fulfilled more often in future. As such, I would have you carry this link file with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of the location. Eorzea is changing the money, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready. journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Takara. He will advise you as to where and when the remembrance service are due to take place. Bye. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Namani. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often put you too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, if necessary. I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance service are taking place. If all goes to plan, Bidonia's Grand Company, the Order of the Queen Adder, will hold the first of the three services, and Elder Cecilia Khan E. Senna will deliver her address at the Mercato Amphitheatre. I should probably mention at this point that due to organisational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it is possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there is not much we can do about that, so make Garnier your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Oldham, where Flame General Robon Oldham will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumoured there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the State Room in Nimsa Leminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Miller Boswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry, Sanfril, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the remembrance services thoroughly educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order. They reveal a record of practical time and luck. The schedule may well change in favour of their travel plans. Farewell. Right, let's go to Gdynia first then.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Let me just check the filter. Dude, I think that.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, It is of little wonder that our unity now falters.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
Follow
forest.
the
elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are fortunate enough to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal and unquestionable, the more troublesome being of a natural disposition, and want to summon suit care as the Polymer Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peacefully in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on a friendly term with Gridanians until recently. At least, alas, they have grown aloof. A change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal from Mu. Giants have no love, and they consider open conflict at last resort. Though they clash with the Eorzea ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, and though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Torswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood and thereby the power of the elemental will put an end to their woes, yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Eorzea will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all out, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Hopefully my microphone could no background noises or anything. Alright, so now is older. Okay, I might as well just do return. Chamber.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanama herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold.
No, I don't want to skip it. But you can do it on auto. They'll come into how.
Where by the grace and glory of Nalthal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you! Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raoban? People of Uldar, I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the Inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth?
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Eldons have a long history of conflict with the Amida, the British tribe that worshipped the primal Ifrit. So I want to do Shift tab. The Eldons do not shy from confrontation. Okay, skip that then. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames? I'm guessing that's going too far. Every time they do so, the Eldons send their forces to smother Primal. They'll be succeed. Each victory is bought with blood. It is a war. Small wonder then that the mortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame Generals will construct a accord with you. Here's Hunter. This way. Here to attend the remembrance service. Be quick, Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Gallian Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilfir's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishbuck
The Sahagin have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Gallian Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral! Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As Admiral mentioned in Zedimund's village, played by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Bahan, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence really troubles them enough, the Guardians have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lindson's backyard. And that is to say, no of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Guardians whet their blades and watch. If the Nominans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the Beast Tribe. Mark my words, the march from the sand will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like a powerful addition to the crew is beyond question. Namani, this is Minophilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance services has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What coincidence? Just an aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands. It would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. So yeah, I read online that A Realm Reborn, which is what I'm on right now, which is 2.0, they're gonna put an update where you'll be able to fly, just the same as in Heaven's Sword, expansion pack, and Sunblood and Shadowbring. So I don't know when they will be adding the update, but hopefully soon. Because that would be, make everything a lot easier. Be able to fly in the around Reborn areas. Welcome back, Namani. Were the Grand Company's leaders worse as eliminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems, but I trust you see now why your services are in such demand, but that there were more of you. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Well, I know who I'm going to be going with.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Eorzea, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
And that's the last time we see of Eorzea, I think, until at the end of A Realm Reborn, they can let you fight Bahamut. Well, not straight away, but you find basically like in-game content. Alright, we're gonna be going with Flame Officer. So that'll be older. Going back adventurer, take it, inner Robon's words kindled a fire within you. Yes. Excellent. I fear that the incident with the traitor may have flawed your opinion of us. It gladdens me to see that isn't the case. But before we can count you as one of our own, you must be formally inducted into our ranks. That's what we can do. I'm guessing we have to do that. What have I got at the moment? 23. I still got to get and wait, get the weight piece. And then next, we can get some dye as well. Please proceed to the Hall of Flame and identify yourself to the personnel officer. I will notify him of your coming. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over our enemies, be they beastmen or imperials. Alright. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this morning? How will we respond? My name is Namani Takara. I believe you're respecting me. I thought as much. You are just as man that Waking Sands described. It is an honor to meet you, madam. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir. Speak, private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a Harwind Skyways airship. Let's say she's coming down to the west, near Horizon Z. Bloody hell, of all the times for this to happen. Namani, there's no time for formalities. The mortal flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against Armadillo, and we have no one to spare in the western Bannerland. You must get to that ship before the Guardians do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. Okay. The best way to get there would be... I think that's still quicker. Go here. Actually... Yeah. So yes, I'm probably going to pick up the level 20 last breath. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flame sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? Don't even have a uniform. Are you alright, sir? Our scouts reported to attack on your craft. Come to rescue you. Namani Takara? Yes, glad to have you with us. I have not seen a craft of this design before. That traitor Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress, dismantle it if you must, and bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. They mean to take the ship back to the Catherine Meridian along with your friend. Where do you have to help him? That poor Valafel was hiding inside a tiny bunker. Nice looking ship, though not the best place to have taken shelter, I agree. It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity, the first since Master Garland, or since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring. She really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We attack on my command, kill them quickly and save the Larafel if possible. Is that clear, Namani? Yep. Tell them what becomes of those who pay the fire. Charge. We're under attack. 2 arms. And you're gonna get beaten by a woman. There's that one then. Fix. Well, she shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she looking away? The auxiliary propeller is a dead loss, but I think we can win enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications and we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts. We can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Namani. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who's seen you in action will be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I am just wanting to say sorry. You know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously, like, if I hadn't been for you, the Immortal Flames lads there would be chained up in a dungeon. I mean, you're dead, friend. We both are. Rage. Thank you. We're very grateful. Going to a bit older. Going back on the money. Word of your days in the field reached me long ago. It's simply surface. Rest assured that the Garden Diamond Works engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in airborne before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly, your reputation is observed. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and conduct you into the Immortal Flames? Okay, that's like 98%. Right. I'll wait until it's fully spirit bonded. Hey there. Are you ready in the money? Then let us begin. The money Takara, you stand poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Aldar burn bright, casting light where there is dark, and purging evil wherever it lurks. We are ready to make the nations increase in battle, be they beastmen, guardians of us. And that the word from the throne general Robban Ardin, we will gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace and prosperity of Aldar. To join our ranks, you must forsake other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Burn as one of us, Namani Takara, and together we shall close the darkness from Aldar. Will you swear an oath to make this occasion? What oath do you swear? My soul belongs to Aldar. Skills I've belong now to Aldar. Aldar. I will follow the flame general until death. I think that one sounds better. The flame general would lead the fan in every battle if he could. It wouldn't surprise me if you had a chance to fight by his side one day. Very well, your resolve is plain. The main Takara hereby confer upon the rank of Flame Private Third Class. Welcome to the Mortal Flames Private. May you fight to the last point and country. Can you hear me, Namani? This is Minophilia. An officer of the Mortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. Congratulations, Private Takara. I have no doubt that you are eager to make acquaintance of your new comrades. I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember that you are now a flame of Aldar. You are no less a sign. Pray return to the Awakened Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. Okay. I'm now playing Private Third Class. And join company. Your supply missions. How much is promotion? 2,000. This is what you get when you reach Flame Captain. Yeah. Yeah, I remember this. Quite expensive actually. Looking for the allied seals. I think. Oh, yeah, well. Yeah. That's what I would really wear, but you get better stuff than this. So obviously you got the unstained mark of. Yeah, that's the finches. Or your retainers. And I know what these are for. Alessandrite, Hiroshi, I think it for relic. These three. And I believe some of these were for. What are they for now? Yeah, for like in-game crafting, I believe. That's that. Oh yeah, Humboldt. Yeah, why not? Oh, I can't do them yet. I think I can probably do them later. Not yet. Oh, this is where you can get your chest bow. Oh, do this now. Oh, Takara? Yes. A moment of your time, if you please. You wish to carry out your duties swiftly, do you not? Oh, then perhaps you should get yourself a chocobo. If you're interested, the Immortal Flames will furnish you with. It's not a complex process, but it does require some paper. First, speak with the quartermaster to obtain the Flame Chocobo issuance. You will need to exchange company seals in order to do so. Once you've received your assurance, carry it to the Mimigan by the Gate of North. They'll be the ones who furnish you with a bird. So, I now need to get under materials. Yeah, there is. So you need 200 steel. And you can gang seals by your knees as well. So you got armor, studies and final. So that would be the same gate. That would be there. You got Halle Tally as well. Since you only need 200, so let's go here. Go 3 of these. That's Halle Tally. So I'm gonna be doing Halle Tally on next stream. Halle Tally. Rainbow back. Pack. That's like wood. Wood. Broken water. Older Springs. Dragonhead. That's probably when I'm around 30 or 40. So I'm just gonna go for this one first. Also, another way to get the field would be through doing these. I'm obviously getting armor you don't need, weapons from Dungeon Quest. You just hand them in for sealed. And we might as well unlock it anyway. While I'm here. If it is the halls of Alatali, need seek no further. Permit me to tell you something of this place. The name comes from an ancient tongue, Alatali meaning the land of many shadows. It was here that our distant ancestors first settled. But you have not come all this way for a lesson in history. Listen, do you not hear the howls and growls? Do you not feel how they shake their very earth beneath you? Those sounds are the work of no wind, my friend, nor that rumbling the doing of any shadows. Those are the calls of Palatali, and now the beasts once kept for the Colosseum out here. And these are no gentle beasts broken by the hand of man. No, there are those within that even might of immortal flames cannot tame. From the look of you, you must be Namani. I received word from Nechuk that you might be along by his recommendation. I grant you leave to enter freely. I only pray you'll be able to find your way out. So there's a handpiece there. Yeah. I thought it said Stone Gate, unless it's through Damage camp. Probably is. So, I'm return back to our door and grab the license or whatever it is, insurance. There you go. Oh yeah, you gotta give it to better in there. Want a bird issues you say? Then I'll need to see your phone check for insurance. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment please, I'll be right back with your check bro. And there he is. And here he is. The fellow have been in high spirits the past few days. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give him no steed a name. Yeah. What should I name him? Hmm. We'll put him in Spiky. There we go. Hehe. I dare say he likes his name. Here's your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow onto it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster infested layers. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I've sent you with your Chocobo rider's license as is required by law. And that completes all the formalities. I wish you a Chocobo long years of fulfilling, compromising, wait, long years of fulfilling companionship. There you go. My little Chocobo. There. And now, Thank God. Right, first, I'm gonna go here. Okay, now got a toast bow. Which I'm gonna put over here. What else am I gonna put here? I think I'm gonna put the griffin and well, that one and that one. Just have 4 there. Yeah, I might as well put that here as well. Meaning guard. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Quite about that. I think I'm gonna end the stream here and then do it probably later tonight. Yeah. Right, let's see who we can raid. I don't know if there's anyone we can raid just yet. But I know we can raid. Raid has versus RPG. Currently playing Assassin's Creed. See, I think it's yeah, Odyssey. There we go. So I'll be streaming again probably in an hour or 2 hours from now. Bye guys.